Woo, all right. This week on the Loyalty Loop, I am answering one of the most asked questions I get. Okay, Drew, you seem to read a lot. What marketing book would you recommend I have to read? That's what we're going to cover this week on the Loyalty Loop. We are going to count down the 10 best marketing books every marketer should read. And we're going to do it from right here in my office, which is where the books are. All right, Loyalty Loopers, welcome back. If you're new to the Loyalty Loop, I'm so glad you've arrived. Every week we uncover a small marketing idea that can have a massive impact on your business. And this week, I'm not sharing my ideas. I'm sharing the best marketing ideas from others and their books. So let's get started. Number 10. Now, before I reveal number 10, actually, I should tell you that these marketing books aren't all brand new books. Number 10 came out in 2002. And that book is called The Tipping Point. That's right, Malcolm Gladwell's book, The Tipping Point, How Little Things Can Make a Big Difference, is an unbelievably good book for any marketer to read. And if you want to know how influencer marketing works, if you want to understand the key to social media success, if you want to know how viral hits actually happen, this book, even though it came out before Twitter, is going to help you understand exactly how they work. So, I think every marketer today should read The Tipping Point by Malcolm Gladwell. How many stars would you give that book, Drew? 5 stars! All right, now it is time for number 9. Numero nuevo. Number 9 is traditionally not considered a marketing book. It's actually considered a sales book. And it's by an amazing guy named Phil M. Jones. The book is called Exactly What to Say: The Magic Words for Influence and Impact. And I know, maybe it does sound like a sales book, and maybe it is meant for salespeople, but the very same magic words can be used by marketers to help make a sale. And at the end of the day, every marketer is in the business of increasing revenue for the company you work for. So I think Exactly What to Say is an unbelievably good and valuable read. How many stars do you give that book, Drew? 5 stars! The next book, number 8 on the list of top 10 books every marketer should read in 2019, is a book by a guy named Joey Coleman. Yes, Joey Coleman wrote an amazing book called Never Lose a Customer Again. Turn any customer into lifelong loyalty in just 100 days. Now, as a guy who's a big fan of building loyalty loop experiences, Never Lose a Customer Again was a must-read for me, and it should be for almost every business in the world. Joey does an amazing job of outlining exactly what it takes to keep your customers. You should read Never Lose a Customer Again. How many stars, Drew? 5 stars! Okay, it's time for number 7. Now, number 7 is a book that I cherish. Every time I've purchased a copy of number 7, I actually end up giving it away. So I don't have a copy in front of me, but I love this book. I love the print version of the book. Make sure you buy the hardcover edition of Everybody Writes by the amazingly talented Ann Handley. I can tell you personally that the book Everybody Writes has transformed the way I write. Not just write my books, but write my emails, write my blog posts, write these videos. You see, Ann Handley has written the go-to guide for creating ridiculously good content, and she's done a ridiculously good job of it. So you should read Everybody Writes. Okay, Drew, I was wondering how many stars you'd give Everybody Writes? 5 stars! Ooh, surprise? Coming in at number 6 is a book called Talk Triggers. Now, similar to Never Lose a Customer Again, because I am so interested in creating amazingly good customer experiences, Talk Triggers is a really good book. The subtitle is The Complete Guide to Creating Customers with Word of Mouth. I know you might be thinking you've read other word of mouth marketing books before, but this is not like those books. This is a great read. How many stars on that one? 5 stars! Number 5 on the list might be a controversial one, but I gotta be honest, I think the biggest struggle marketers have today is not what to start doing to make them better marketers, but what to stop doing. And that is why number 5 on the list is called The One thing. You see, The One Thing isn't actually a marketing book. It's a personal development book, maybe a self-help book, call it whatever you want, but The One Thing is all about picking the one thing that you're going to do to make an impact in your business, in your life today. You see, The One Thing uncovers the surprisingly simple truth about extraordinary results. And the book does a great job of uncovering exactly how focusing on the right things can actually allow you to spend the right time on the right things and deliver the right kind of results. So give it a shot. Why would I give it a shot, Drew? Because I give it 5 stars. All right, we're getting close to number 1. We are now at number 4 on the list. Number 4 is called Steal Like an Artist. 10 Things Nobody Told You About Being Creative. This book is all about helping you understand that there are no new ideas, only derivatives or inspirational moments that allow you to mash up amazingly good ideas and create something that seems to be new but really isn't. If you feel the pressure to be innovative, be creative, and look for some new angle or exciting marketing creative outlet, this book will help liberate your thinking, fuel it for success, and give you new ideas from old ones. So, go ahead. He gives you permission to steal like an artist. You guessed it. I give this book 5 stars! By the way, I stole the 5 stars thing from a commercial.
In summary, my review is no pure filter, no stars!
I think it's funny. All right, now we're in the top 3. The top 3 books every marketer should read in 2019. Number 3! The number 3 book is also not a new book. It's an old one, but a smart one. An oldie, but a goodie. It is called Made to Stick by Dan and Chip Heath. You see, in this book, Dan and Chip uncover why some ideas survive and others die. It's a formula for success if you want to create a sticky idea. And in the marketing world, we're all about creating ideas that stick in the mind of our consumers, that own a corner of their mind. And this book will help you understand how they work, why they work, and what you can do to create the next big sticky idea for you, your company, or your brand and business. So pick up Made to Stick and read it cover to cover, because it'll stick with you. I give Made to Stick 5 stars! Is the 5 stars joke getting old? It's not for me. Now the number 2 book on the list might surprise you. Maybe one you've never even heard of. Some of these you might have heard of. This one is one of my favorites because we live in a world where tips and tricks and hacks seem to be what everybody's searching for. But my friend and an unbelievably talented writer and storyteller named Jay Acunzo has written a masterful book called Break the Wheel. Question best practices, hone your intuition, and do your best work. That's the subtitle. Break the Wheel is a book that will challenge your conventional wisdom about what it takes to be successful in the marketing world today. But even more than that, it's kind of deep down, wise career advice designed to help you stand out in a really noisy world. So, if you're ready for a change, if you also are skeptical about the tips and tricks and hacks and fast wins, check out Break the Wheel. How many stars do I give it? Well, 5 stars. Surprise. And the number 1 book every single marketer in the world should be reading in 2019 is a really old book, but it's one of my favorites. Something that I recommend to every single person that asks me, what marketing book would you recommend I have to read? It is called The Wizard of Ads. The book is by a guy named Roy H. Williams, and I cannot stress heavily enough that you must get a printed copy of the book. A Kindle version will not do this book justice. You see, the book is really short, inspirational chapters designed to help you think differently about advertising and marketing. It's all about turning words into magic and dreamers into millionaires. It's masterfully written, it's easy to read, and anytime I feel like I've lost my mojo, or I'm not feeling inspired, or I can't figure out what to do next, I take this book off the shelf and I read a chapter. So, the number 1 book every marketer should have on their shelf right behind them is The Wizard of Ads. And if you have a suggestion of what should be on the list that I missed, please let me know. While you go to Amazon or wherever you buy your books and purchase these 10 books to read over maybe the next 10 months, I'm gonna dive in to The Wizard of Ads and read one of my favorite chapters from Roy H. Williams. Do you remember the scene in The Wizard of Oz in which Dorothy and her companions finally make it to the Emerald City, only to be refused entry to see the